Hello guys, this is Mark the Geek here with a hands-on look of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0 screen. This is not a new tablet. My daughter just got it for Christmas. Santa brought it for her. And this tablet is actually, when it was released, it was actually worth $250. Right now, you could sometimes Best Buy will have it for $179, for $200. If you go to Walmart, you can actually get this tablet refurbished for $149, which is very good deal. And let's go ahead and show you guys a little bit of the features here. Here in the back, you have a very nice looking, it looks like aluminum. I think it is. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's aluminum or not, or if it's like a plastic that looks and feels like aluminum, but it looks very nice. Here it has a camera 3.2 megapixel. It records at 720p as well. Here, when you turn it to the side, it has a very cool feature. This is an IR sensor, which is infrared. This is very good for remote controlling your TV, your sound stereo system, your DirecTV box, your Dish Network boxes. Very cool. It works very cool as a universal controller. Here you got the rocker, volume rocker. Here you got your power switch. Here you got your audio jack right here, and you have, I believe that's a microphone right there. Here, when you turn it on this side, you have a micro SD slot, which is upgradable to 32 gigabytes, which is not bad. This device actually has a 8 gigabyte. This is the 8 gigabyte version, so you can actually upgrade 32 more gigabytes, which will give you 40 gigabytes, which is not bad. I believe this also comes in 8, 16, and 32, if I'm not mistaken. Here in the bottom, you got 2 speaker grills right there, and you have this charging port, which is not a USB, micro USB port, which totally sucks. It looks like a 30 pin, like an old Apple 30 pin connector, which I don't know why Samsung did that, honestly, when everything else they have is micro USB. I really don't know why they did that. Here in the front, you got a front-facing camera, which is a 0.30 megapixel camera, records at VGA quality video. It's good for Skype, but nothing else. Here, from the touchscreen, like you see right here, from the touchscreen, you can access and you can customize these shortcuts right there. You can go ahead and slide and launch any of these shortcuts, which is very cool. Here, if you touch right here, instead of having the notification from up here, you're gonna get it from down here, which for me, it looks very cool as well. It looks very cool. Here, when you launch it, one thing that I really like that Samsung did with TouchWiz is that they added a lot of more features. Like for example, here in the bottom, if you touch that, you're gonna have like a shortcut, like a quick launcher. From here, I could go ahead and launch that, and I could get your calculator right there, which is very cool. You go ahead here to your calendar, which is very nice and very convenient. You can also launch your task manager from there, and from here you can go ahead and clear your RAM as well. This has a 1 gigabytes of RAM. This is a 1 gigahertz dual core and OMAP 4 dual core. The Nexus 7 is a NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad core device, which is obviously going to be a lot more faster. But like you see, it feels very snappy as well, and that's because of the resolution of the screen is not that good either. It's a 1024 by 600. The Nexus 7 device, which is this, like you see right here, this is the Nexus 7 device. This is a 1280 by 800, which obviously in 720p movies are awesomely gonna look here. Another thing here is I actually like this as well, this shortcut right here. By default, it has like a snapshot feature, but I got it to put any shortcuts right there. Very cool. Right there, you could access your camera from there. Or if you want to go over here, you want to go to display to change that, or you got to go to display in settings. Here where it says quick launch. From here, you could go ahead and choose any. You could go ahead and add a search button right there, like you see right there. It changes to search. You could change it to application, to draw, like you see right there. And by default, this is what it brings. It brings the snapshot, screenshot, which is very, very cool and very convenient because it's very easy to take snapshots. And after you take the snapshot, you can actually start drawing on them, which is very cool. Like for example, if I take a snapshot right here, it takes the snapshot, it opens the gallery, and from here you could start doing a lot of stuff to the pictures, or you could go ahead and save it as it is without doodling around, whatever, drawing around. Very cool feature. Very, very nice feature. Samsung, for me, like you see right there, it copies it to your gallery. For me, Samsung, I like what they do with TouchWiz. I like the features that TouchWiz brings to the tablets. Like you see here, you got your toggles right there, which I always like. It has GPS, but it does not has an NFC, so keep that in mind. Here you could also always clear your notification. And here in draw, to access the drawer, you gotta go there. Very nice. And to access the widgets, you gotta go there. Very cool. You go ahead and press and hold. You put a widget very easily. The feature that I truly like about this is the peer software, which works with the IR sensor. This is the app that you gonna want. And this app is by default. This app is in the tablet, so you don't have to go ahead and download it from any app store. So when you launch it, I already set it up with my home theater and my TV, everything, which is awesome. When you launch it, let me go ahead and launch it. Okay, it's gonna see. Just keep in mind your phone, your tablet has to be connected to the same network. And right now, like you see here, I can access all my content from my DirecTV right here. Or I could go here and change my from different room. I could go ahead here and launch the TV programs and everything. This is already set up completely. Like if I launch right here, you can see everything that's already synced with my tablet, my DirecTV DVR, my Sony TV, and my Sony home theater. And it works very, very cool. Very, very cool. I love it. And over here, you have the controls for your DirecTV box. This is how I control my DirecTV. I could up the volume, down the volume. I could mute the TV, unmute. I could start recording a show right there from right there. I could go ahead and click here. I could go to my guide, to my DVR, exit back, and here it has the special colored button features. It's very, very cool, very cool. It works perfectly with DirecTV DVR box, and it controls my TV and it controls my home theater Sony as well. And you could keep adding more devices. So far I have 3, but it lets you keep adding devices, which is awesome. That's a very cool feature that I actually would have loved to have on the Nexus 7 device. This tablet, if you're considering getting it or not, I would actually tell you it's a good device. I'm not saying it's a bad device. It's a good device. The only problem is that since it's a Samsung device and it's not a Google Nexus device, you're not gonna get always the latest updates. Right now, like you can see here, if I go to settings, if I go all the way here to the bottom, the update that you have here is 4.0.4. Right now, Android, okay, the battery, the Nexus device is already on 4.2.1, I believe, or 4.2, which is Jelly Bean, and it's it's working very good. And the problem is that's the only problem, that with this device you're not actually gonna get the updates right away. But if you're one of those that are not scared of rooting devices, right now you could get Jelly Bean on this device right now. You could go ahead and root the device. You could go ahead and go to the XDA developers, and there's tons of ROMs which are 4.1.2, which that's already Jelly Bean, and it works. And you could easily put any firmware, whatever you want, any custom firmware there. Also here, like for example, if I go to security, and here you got lock screen options. Here you could also customize. These are the shortcuts that are available on the lock screen. So from here, at any time, if you want to replace one of the shortcuts, all you gotta do is touch there. And for example, I could go ahead and put the Amazon App Store there, and that's it. Here you can also put a ticker. You can also put a ticker, and you can also customize what kind of news you get on the lock screen, which is very cool as well. Same as the Galaxy S3. Another thing is, for example, if I click on here, this is the keyboard that you get, the Samsung keyboard. Like you see there, there's no swiping whatsoever. But if you go to settings over here and you press continuous input, you click on that. That says enter text by sliding your fingers across the keyboard. Now, like you see here, I could go ahead and start swiping. Very, very nice, very cool feature. And here you got predicting dictionary, and of course you can always change the keyboard if you don't like, but I like that keyboard. It works very, very nice. I like that keyboard. Let me go ahead and do a quadrant test benchmark with the Nexus 7 device, so you guys can see a little bit of the difference here. Let me go ahead and start both at the same time. Okay, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is the last result. Obviously the Nexus 7 device is going to be way faster because of the cores, you know, and the spec wise and everything is going to be way faster. And look at that. And like you see here, this one, the Nexus 7, is already done. Let's go ahead and click on yes to submit to see my score. And it says that my score is 3586, like you see right there. This tablet, the Nexus 7, it's still not rooted. I haven't rooted my device yet. So I actually like it the way it is. Here, let's go ahead and see the benchmark. Like you saw right there, it was way faster over there. And here, my device is $25.99, which is not that bad. $25.99, $35.86. That's $1,000 more, almost $1,000 more, which is spec-wise is a big difference. You know, performance-wise, it feels a little bit difference too as well. Like you see right there, it's not worth comparing too many features because of course the Nexus 7 obviously is gonna have the better specs. Like you can see here, this is a look at one game right here. So you can see that it actually runs very good video games here. Of course, if you're gonna run games like Modern Combat, games that are graphic heavy, it's gonna have most likely it's gonna have problems because of the spec wise. But when it comes to casual gaming, you're not gonna have any problems whatsoever running any games like Angry Birds, Cut the Rope, Where's My Water. This is a perfect device for kids. I would say it's a perfect device. And like I said, you could go ahead and if you get it for refurbished for $149, it's totally worth it, I believe. You can also upgrade your memory card as well, which is very, very nice. This is Pitfall, and like you can see, it runs very good, very smooth, no stuttering whatsoever. And you see right here, let me switch. It works very nice, guys. It works very, very nice. Of course, if you press here, you could go ahead and access the task manager from there, or you could go ahead and remove all the apps. Man, if you're gonna get this device, get it on the cheap side. You know, don't pay $250 for this tablet. If you could get $149 refurbished like this, I would go for it. I would go for it right away. It looks very nice, and if you're not a high graphic game demanding person, you're not gonna go wrong here. You know, construction wise, I would say that this feels a lot better than the Nexus 7 device. And if you actually need the camera in the back, that's another good reason, maybe, if you want to. But not bad. This is a very good tablet, and I said, if you could get it cheap, I would totally go for it. If you want to buy something cheap for your kids, I would totally give them this tablet as well. Okay guys, so that was a look at the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0 inch screen. Till next time guys.